Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Wright, and I'm doing my case study on the poaching of rhinos and how they're slowly becoming extinct. So, what is happening here? Well, between the last 2 centuries, ecosystems have seen a rapid decline of rhinos, specifically in South Africa. There have been many cases where numbers increase due to conservation efforts, but the rhino here is still in high danger of extinction. Like I said, many of these rhinos can be found in South Africa. And the problem here really is that, you know, the rhinos are very important for the ecosystem and South Africa, really in general, because they're grazers, so they consume large amounts of vegetation. So, what are some of the causes and the human impact of, the rhino extinction? Humans are mostly to blame for this. Um, they a lot of poach gangs kill rhinos because of they want to poach their horns and use them for, especially in Asian societies, they use the horns for as a cure of many medical diseases, and also it's also seen as a sign of wealth. And a lot of societies use their horns as ornaments, of course, as well. So they're using the horns for their societal gain, and that's one of the problems here. Also, there are many organisms that are affected by this. Along with humans, plants are also affected because rhinos, the role that they play in their ecosystem is that they allow space for plants to grow. So without the rhinos, a lot of the plants would no longer have that space to grow. And then humans also are affected by this because rhino habitats provide food, fuel, and income. So they also provide a good amount of revenue as many people, many tourists like to come and see the rhinos. So without the rhinos, many economies will lose money because they're losing money off of tourism. So some of the effects that it has on the biosphere, like I said, um, the rhinos cause a lot of space for land. So without them, a lot of organisms like plants would no longer have the space that they need to grow, and the grasslands that the rhinos live at would no longer be maintained. So the biosphere would see a huge impact as well. So some of the techniques that poach gangs use to poach the rhinos, a lot of them use technology, and they come overnight and they have um, cameras and things on the rhinos that alert them to where they are, and that is how they kill them, unfortunately. And people respond by coming up with several different conservation efforts. Specifically, they want to make more land for the rhinos where they're more protected. Um, Also, they find it helpful to create new populations of the rhinos. And one interesting thing that I found is that they train rangers to monitor, manage, and protect the rhinos. There has been some success here, but there are still more. It's more likely for the rhino to still become extinct, so there's still a lot more work to do. The systems that interact here are the biosphere, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. They're all um, affected in some way. Really, the in dry seasons, the rhinos like to wallow in mud holes, so that's difficult because of the lack of water that um, some locations in South Africa may have. Climate change and change in temperature also affect the rhinos. They change its food plant cycle along with the rhino's habitat. So climate change from the atmosphere plays a part as well. And of course, the biosphere with the human impact and the impact on the grass and the grassland that would be seen without the rhino. So those are the different interactions that can be seen. Um, and here are my sources. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.